Nice. I'll back up so you can see my feet. There we go. As you settle into your chair, take a couple breaths, decide if you're going to let your eyes be open or closed. Feel the sit bones land down into the chair and lift through the crown of your head. Maybe shrug your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them down your back. Notice two things as you breathe in and out. Notice the belly expanding. And notice your shoulder blades settling, relaxing. Just allow your breath to get long and smooth. You're just using this first few minutes to transition yourself from whatever you've been doing already today and bringing yourself to this place where for the next hour, our whole goal is just to move in unison with our breath. To let our movement invite breath deeper into ourselves. To use movement and breath to sort of sweep through all the stagnant and stuck tight corners of the body. Breathe a little fresh life into them. You might feel that breath right now just getting a little bit longer. Let's start from the very top of the head today, taking your chin and allowing it to sink down towards your chest. Breathe and relax the shoulders down as it feels like the back of your head falls heavily the opposite direction. Next, inhale, lift your head back up. Start looking to the sky, lifting your chin. Just careful of how much you let your head fall back. And then draw your teeth together. Feel a stretch across the bottom of your jaw. Allow your ears to sort of hang to the back of your skull. Next, inhale, bring the head back to center. Okay, do those both again. Let the chin fall to the chest. Have a moment where you let your shoulders fall down your back and the top of your head fall forward. Next, inhale, bring the head back up to center. Take a nice deep breath. And the eyes move to the ceiling. Teeth draw together. That jaw has a nice stretch on the bottom side. And then draw everything back to center. Let your right ear fall to your right shoulder. Breathe in to bring it back to center and let left ear fall to left shoulder. So now move that with your breath. Every inhale, bring your head back to center. And as you exhale, go to the other side. Just start to notice the difference between your right and left. Which one feels tighter? Which one feels more relaxed? You can play with your chin position here too. If it feels like you want to tip it lower down or lift the chin higher up, you will access a different muscle chain through the neck. One more time each side. And then come back to center. Sweet work. 3 forward shoulder rolls. And 3 backward shoulder rolls. Breathe deep, just like you're bringing breath into that whole body. Nice work. And then feel the shoulder blades on the back body. You're going to bring your arms out to here and squeeze the shoulder blades together and then make them part. Squeeze them together. And then the elbows come only as far forward as you can feel the shoulder blades separating. Slide the elbows back again. Pull the shoulder blades away from the spine. Press them towards the spine. One of these is an inhale and one of these is an exhale. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. So good. Nice. And then allow your arms to just fall down by your side. I want you to roll the whole shoulder girdle forward, sort of like you're curling in and around yourself. And then open up nice and wide. Yeah, roll forward, open up. Which way does the inhale feel intuitive and which way does the exhale feel intuitive? Just move your body, inhaling and exhaling as you go. Just notice if you're getting any tightness in your neck. You can allow yourself to just drop and relax your chin, shake out anything that feels like it's getting crampy. Yeah. Now let the arms release. Bring the fingertips right to your knees. And when you keep doing this motion, feel it more in your chest now as the chest feels like it lifts up between the arms, between the shoulders, and then the back arches behind you. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We always do the 3 movements of the spine. It doesn't matter really what movement we choose, what sort of specific asana, specific pose we're using, but we try and get the spine to do flexion, extension, lateral side to sides, and twists. So let's end here. Nice. Your arms can come out to the side, kind of depending on your space, and let yourself twist. If you don't have space for your arms, you can let them drop by your side. Ready for my little experiment with my twist today? I want you to allow yourself to twist all the way to the right, and then let your gaze look back as far as it will go, and just notice where you are looking. Take a deep breath. Come forward. Rest your hands and close your eyes for a second. I want you just to imagine yourself doing that same twist. Only this time I want you to imagine the twist going twice as far. That your arms would just rotate like a little Gumby. And you'll twist and twist and twist all the way around to the back. Just picture it and picture where you might be looking. All right, open your eyes. And open those arms. Inhale, and then let yourself twist. Notice how much different it is, how far you go. The power of your imagination. And then let yourself come all the way back to center. Let's do the same on the left. So bringing those arms up, twist to the left. Gaze back, notice where you can see, notice where the fingers are pointing. Come back to center and visualize. Just drop your hands. Big breath. Picture yourself twisting. Picture your spine just able to spiral around itself. Picture the arms turning. Another big breath. As you open your eyes and inhale, you can allow that twist to happen again. And just notice how much different your ability is to go further. Nice work. Exhale and let that unwind. Let's just take the hands. They can be out here by the sides if it feels okay. Your shoulders or neck are getting sore doing this, then just let the hands come to the heart. But as you twist back and forth, just feel the possibility of that really fluid, loose spine. It's strong, it's connected, but it's also really mobile. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep your shoulders soft, whichever arm choice you're making. Nice work. And come back to center. We're going to do side bends now. So if your shoulders are achy today, then your fingertips can just touch the top of those shoulders, and you can come up and go back and forth. Lifting to center, dropping down. Lifting to center. Feel the space, the distance between your armpit and your waist. Feel the length along the side body. Just imagine your breath getting into that tight area and loosening up all of the restrictions. Letting things feel like the breath gets in there a little bit. Sweeps out the dust bunnies. Now, if that feels okay, you can begin to let your arms flow. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Yeah. Hands can stay on shoulder tips, or hands can go even to waist if the arms don't want to swing. Use your breath. One's an inhale, one's an exhale. Big, bold breath. Yeah. And then as you come back to center, just let your shoulders drop down your back. I want you to feel the expansion in your body. So right from your hips all the way to your shoulders, feel like that accordion has just been like drawn out, filled with air. Like the side body, any collapse that's there has just been drawn nice and wide. Breathe there. So good. These feet separate a bit, toes point out. Now, if there's any kind of stretch happening in the groin or discomfort in the hips, the knees can just be there, really not far apart at all. If there's no discomfort, you can go wider. Let the fingers come to the ends of the knees. You're going to drop one shoulder down and then lift back up again. Drop the other shoulder down and lift back up again. Remember, you're tying this to breath. So which direction is your inhale? Which is your exhale? I don't know the answer, which is why I asked the question like that. Just breathe. Yeah. Nice. So good. Let yourself come all the way back up. Nice. Shoulders roll down the back. Both knees start to walk to the right side of your chair. Okay. Lift up really tall. Feel like every inhale you take just lengthens the distance between your sit bones and the crown of your head. And then turn towards the back of your chair. Once you get there, it's almost like you're just going to let your arms rest and gently pull yourself towards the chair back. Remember, every inhale you feel taller, like the crown of your head's being pulled to the ceiling. Every exhale, the shoulders just rest down your back. Chin can begin to float to the right. There's still lots of freedom in your breath. There's no restriction. You're not twisting the breath out of your body. Keep the shoulders relaxed, the arms heavy. They are not part of the torquing system to pull you into this. That just feels like it's coming from your back. Yeah. And then unwind and bring yourself out of that pose. Good. Sweep your hips to the edge of your chair. The left leg comes off the chair, and then that foot reaches down and behind you. Toes curl under, and I just begin to push the heel. So you're trying to find some sensation across the front of this hip. If the leg allows, perhaps you're going to reach further back. Maybe that knee stays down and you're just doing the movement here. It's all good. Let this backhand be light. Relax your shoulders. Let the neck be relaxed. Good. Okay, now you need to find a spot where the front foot is grounded and the back toe feels like it can push you up. You're going to stay hanging on with that backhand and lift and lower. So you push through the feet, start to straighten the knees, lift the bum off the chair and slowly lower back again. You can feel the chain of muscles through that back leg working really hard. This front quad probably working really hard. Good. Nice work. Release from that and come to the other side. Okay, you get to this other side and you start with the twist. So the feet settle, the spine is tall. Turn yourself gently to land on the back of that chair. Okay. Every inhale, nice tall spine. Every exhale, there's a little spin. Arms are heavy. The spin comes from the spine. The twist comes from the center line of the body. You might be imagining Harry Potter, how the stairs of Hogwarts were able to just change. Continuing to spiral around. Chin can follow the back shoulder, but you do not go so far that you twist the breath out of your body. Nice. And then you release that nice and slow. Bring yourself so that that right bum cheek and right leg falls off your chair. Left foot stays connected, left hand can hold the back of the chair, drop the knee. So you're either doing this knee straight to the floor or you can go further back. Just do gentle heel presses. Notice if your back hand can be relaxed. Notice if your neck and shoulders can be relaxed. Good. Feel the front of this hip. Yeah. Good. Super hard when our toes are not so used to that movement because it's a big stretch through the toes. Get yourself so that you feel really grounded, so you feel really stable. Maybe that knee comes in a bit. Back toes are curled under, front foot, and then you press up and come back down. Press up and come back down. Press up. Yeah, keep breathing. Keep breathing. Nice work. Coming down and slide forward. Good work. So with my bum on the edge of the chair, shoulders rolled down the back, sit tall here. Close your eyes, hands on your lap. Just feel the breath starting to circulate in your body. Feel that sensation of pulse or current, that current moving through your body. Nice. Settling the shoulders, let's lift the right knee and reach out through the sole of the right foot and set it down. Now our goal, do the same with the left. Our goal is we lift a knee and kick the foot out, bring it down and set it down. The goal is to not round the back. So when I lift the knee, I don't want to sort of cave into my spine. And then when I push forward, I don't want to, do it even more. So think of this like with this puppet string pulling through the crown of your head, keeping your spine nice and long. And just notice it will make it harder. You won't be able to go as far, but you'll just keep this nice long spine. You will be working the muscles that I'm hoping that you'll work instead of moving through the back to do it. Yeah. Hard, hey? Yeah. Nice work. Good. Okay, so bring that down. I'd like both your legs to stretch straight out in front of you. Cross right over top of left. And then imagine you're going to use all these muscles right at the top of your thigh. Pull the heel up push it back down again. Pull the heel up, push it back down again. Tie it with breath. Okay, so as the knee pulls up, you're going to notice if it passes, as the heel pulls up, notice if it passes the knee. If it does, straighten, bend the bottom leg. So this is the way the knee will sit. If you're really flexible, that knee is going to drop down towards the floor. And if you're not flexible, it's going to be up here. So just gently sit tall and open and close this knee in whatever range of motion it feels good. If you can't bend that bottom leg, you're doing the same movement with the leg straight. Yeah. Just getting some nice movement, range of motion and breath into the rotation. Now unwind that. Feel that in the hip socket. So good. Okay, press right leg straight, left heel crosses over. We're using the muscles at the top of the leg. So if you feel like you're pulling with the heel or pushing with the foot, see if you can reorient so that these muscles feel like they're the ones drawing the heel up and they're the ones releasing it back down again. But really close to the hip, those top of the thigh, strong muscles are directing the movement. Yeah. Nice work. You're noticing if the left heel passes the right knee. If it doesn't, you pull it up as high as it wants to go and you begin the movement. If it can pass the knee, you can bend the right knee and begin the movement here. Whichever you're doing, you are still breathing. Still sitting really tall, with shoulders relaxed down the back. Just letting a little bit of WD-40 sneak into that joint. Yeah. So good. And then release that down again. We're starting to feel that in the cracks in the hip joint. Okay, my bum slides right to the edge of the chair. My feet come in a little bit so that toes are underneath knees, and I start to lean forward. As you lean forward, just notice how the legs start to get stronger. Notice how the soles of the feet press into the floor. Just allow yourself to think about standing. So when you go to think about standing, notice if you are really wanting your arms to do the work, or if you can allow yourself to press into the legs and make the legs do your work. However you need to, you come up halfway. So you'll come up just enough that your hands can come onto your shins or your thighs, and then you start to straighten that back. Pull the crown of the head forward. Press the sit bones behind you. Perhaps you need like a kind of deep knee bend here so that you can feel long across the front side of your body. Breathe. Roll those shoulders down your back. Yeah. Nice deep breath in. Hands come to sky. Good work. Come to stand right behind your chair and take some nice long breaths. Make it so you can see my head now. Barely. All right. Right behind your chair, start to do heel lifts. So you come up and you go back down again. I want you to imagine that your thighs are almost zippered together. So as you come up and go down again, that those thighs stay really close, quite zippered. Long inhale, long exhale. I need a cameraman. There. Long inhale, long exhale. Yeah. Breathe in and breathe out. So good. All right, take your right foot, slide it back behind you. I know it's our favorite. It's our favorite. Come on, remember we like this one. Your toenails touch the floor. And you breathe into the stretch happening across the top of your foot. Breathe. Soften your shoulders, relax your neck. Breathe, release the tightness. and slide that foot forward. Left foot slides back, toenails touch the top of the floor. Let just the weight of the leg be the resistance, be the weight that you want, the load that the front of the foot is stretching. Breathe in and out. Yeah. So good. Slide that foot forward, place it down onto the ground. Feels really nice. I'd like you to just take that right foot, bend it at the knee. So point the toes to the ground, lift the heel, and I want you to pretend that there's a really heavy door pressing against your foot. And I want you to open it an inch and let it close almost, but not to latch. Push it open an inch. Close it not quite all the way. Yeah. Just feel how hard that is to push and release. Notice how much work your standing leg is doing. Breathe. Soften your neck. Soften your shoulders. Release that right foot down. Let's do the left. Right foot takes weight. Left heel rises, knees bent. So if there's a big, heavy fire door, cement door, something pushing against the sole of that foot, imagine how much work it would take to push it open. Push it open and let it almost close, but not lock. Yeah. I say that I don't want you to lock the door because if it latches, you wouldn't be able to open it again. Plus it makes us control the close and the open. So you can feel different muscles having to stay active in the leg because I have to control the way back. Nice, so let that down. I want you to just see what kind of mind tricks your body can do for you. So now I want you to put that foot up. Imagine the door is like bamboo. It's like so light, and then push it open and let it close. Even if it swings all the way back towards you, it won't latch. Isn't that funny? How much harder we work when we tell our brains things. Other foot, reach. Super, super light door behind you. Notice how that leg can just swing back and forth. Nice work. Put it down. Yeah, you probably have to work that out a bit. So you're either paddling the feet, sweeping the hips back and forth a bit. It's all good. Good. Hands come to the back of the chair. This is your stretch out. You want to make sure the chair doesn't have to have your body weight on it. The body weight stays through your feet. You bend into the knees, stretch the bum back behind you, and you come down. So there's not a ton of weight through your hands here. There's no chance of the chair being pulled over. You're just going down as far as it feels like you can keep that stability and foundation in the legs. Really letting the chest fall. Breathe. Breathe. Good. Inhale and walk your way back up. Starting to feel good in those hip creases for some of us. And for some of you, it's feeling kind of tight. So hula hoops. Big round circles. Just letting the pelvic bowl roll over the top of those two leg bones. Whatever direction your hula hoops are, change them and go the other way. Nice work. Sweet. All right, so you're going to come back to the back of your chair. Take a step back with your right foot, set it in the ground, left knee bends. Good. You can stay hanging onto the chair as you let your whole spine start to lean forward. Imagine you're pressing through the crown of your head at the same time, pushing down through your back heel. Some of you will let the fingers start to reach towards that back heel, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, leaning forward. This is like you're on the top of a ski jump. And you could just be getting ready to prepare for your massive ski jump down the hill. And then inhale, your hands come to the back of the chair or all the way up, straighten the front leg, And then this time as you fold forward, imagine your sit bones, your tailbone, poking up towards the sky. Hands can come down here. Yeah. Feel the stretch in the front leg this time. Nice. Your hands can rest however they need to on that chair. Keep the spine really long. Keep the legs as straight as they want to be. Inhale and come up. Both knees bend. Back foot steps forward. Left foot steps back. Front knee bends. Good work. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Same thing here. Lean forward. Let an imaginary board lean up against you. You want it touching your heel, your bum, your shoulders, the back of your head. Breathe through the legs. Let these fingers drop down beside you or not. Remember, no one can see you. You can be sitting in your chair ignoring me 100% right now. I kind of have this little belief that even if you pretend you're doing the movements, your body doesn't know the difference. We're sort of proving that today with some of our little mind games we're playing, like pretending to twist and then noticing that we can twist forward. So come up, straighten the front leg, fold again. This time imagining the pelvis can fold forward over that leg. Breathe into it. Breathe. Legs are straight, back is straight, breath is flowing. Inhale, coming up. Knees bend, step forward. All right, you need a bit of space behind you now. So just make sure you've got enough of that. We're going to come down to this position and then lift the right leg, set it down. Lift the left leg, set it down. One more right. If your chair doesn't feel stable enough for this, then you're going to do it a little bit higher up so that you don't feel like you're going to pull the chair down behind you. That's important. Good. And then come all the way up. Allowing yourselves to get ready for another balance pose. Feet come together. Shoulders drop down the back. One hand can hang onto your chair, or if you have a wall close to you, a hand can touch the wall as well. Right leg takes your weight. So as I get ready to take my left heel off the ground, I want you to notice your body's cheeks. If I don't think about it and I just lift my left leg, my right hip wants to sort of kick out a little bit. What if I said, no, don't do that? Then my shoulders want to get tight and go up to my ears. Don't do that. Relax the back of my neck. Notice any other cheats. Notice if this leg wants to lock, the standing leg. So don't let the standing leg lock. Good, let's try one more time. Lift the left heel. If it starts to rise and you feel your low belly muscles turn on, you've done a good job. You're going to lift this knee up in front of you and start to open and close it. Breathe. If this is crazy, just let the toes sweep along the floor so that you're not lifting the foot off the floor. You're just opening and closing that leg. There's a lot happening here. The standing leg especially is getting a big workout. Come back to center and drop that leg. Okay, work it out again. Nice. Other side. So watch your cheats. My 3 are, as I go to lift a leg, the hip wants to poke out. So if I say, okay, don't do that. My next one is that I can really feel neck and shoulders want to get tight. So I want to release that. Check the back of your standing leg knee so it's not locking. Okay. And then go. If you can get to the point where your low belly muscles are the ones turning on, you're good. That knee can rise and open and close, or you can sweep the toes back and forth along the floor. Breathe. Whatever hand is on the chair, just see how light it can be. See how much body weight is pressing down through that hand. How much you can release that body weight. So good. Set it down. Sweet. letting this low back go can feel really nice. So this is a good pose for that. Your knees bending. Yeah. If you're a downward dog kind of person and your chair doesn't move around on you, you can let your hands come and move to that downward dog kind of position, because that can make the low back feel really nice as well. Both. And then come back up to standing. So those of you who have yoga blocks are going to grab one block. If you don't worry about it. You will imagine, because we know that we've been imagining today and it works really good. So you're going to imagine a yoga block going between your thighs, your feet going yoga block distance apart. Imagine your inner thighs pressing in against that block. Good. Now, hands on hips, hands on pelvis. As you bend your knees, slide your back down an imaginary wall. So if my back's down an imaginary wall, I can't do this. Can't pop my bum back behind me. I don't do that either, where the hips slide forward. It looks like I just slide down a wall. Yeah, your hands can rest. Really feel like whatever heaviness is in this low back, that you let it go. Like someone comes along with a sledgehammer and just knocks that heavy shelf off. Feel your legs like get really, really burning. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. Soften the soles of your feet to the ground. Choose if your hands want to stay on the back of the chair, if they want to lift, and breathe. And breathe. It's not about how far down you go at all. You can be really little here and it still will be impactful. If your legs are getting nice and jelly, we like that. Hands rest, stand tall, move that block. Yeah. All right. One more standing pose and then we'll decide if we're gonna go down to the floor. Yeah, nice wide leg movement. It's triangle size, okay? So just a bit wider than hip distance. Take your right toes and turn them to the front of your mat, right hand out in front of you. Kick your hips back to the left. When I teach in elementary schools, I sing I'm a Little Teapot right now. Stretch through the crown of your head. It feels like the chest kind of faces the floor a bit here. I want you to roll your chest towards the sky. Yeah. You can stay right here if it feels good. You can also drop that bottom hand, lift that top hand, reach through that hip. Breathe. There's a sensation hopefully happening on the outside of that top hip. Press through the feet, come all the way up, drop. Nice. All right, turn your left toes out. Right toes are going to face forward. Left toes turn towards, for me, my chair. Hips kick backwards. So hips kick to the right this time. Top hand on waist or hip. Reach, reach, reach. Think about which direction your rib cage and shoulders are pointing. And if it's forward, if it's to the ground, see if you can roll your torso up. Yeah. Stay right here or extend. Breathe. Breathe. Good work. Good work. Pull yourself all the way back up again. Nice. So one of two things, it might feel like a hula hoop. Feels good here. You might just feel like you want to go right and left with your hips. Whatever feels good. Yeah. If the low back wants any more tractioning, you can do one more of these. I call that the countertop stretch because you can do it anytime you're at your kitchen counter. Good. So as we choose to move down to the floor, you can set up your chair so that it is going to not move away from you. And then set up enough padding underneath you. So because I don't work with a mat in this class, there's my padding. You might want an extra padding underneath you as well. And then a pillow. And if that doesn't look fun for you at all, then you're going to just sit in your chair. Okay? Just allowing yourself to. It's a fine line, isn't it, between getting my whole desk and getting the. Good. So letting yourself down to that floor however you like. I'm going to sit on my little stack of blankets. To begin, just let your feet reach out in front of you. And if it feels better to have an extra blanket under your bum, you can let that happen. Yeah. Some of you will feel better just putting a little pillow underneath the backs of your knees and letting them be a little bit bent, because this is a pretty tough position. So you just choose if you want that extra behind your knees. Good. Again, if the arms don't want to go all the way up to the ceiling, they can stay here. Okay. Turn to face your right leg and tip left. Inhale up. Turn to face the left leg, fold right. Inhale up. You have to breathe. So if you're holding your breath right now, inhale. Exhale. There's a twist and a bend here. Just involve your arms as much as they want to be involved. You can be doing this movement seated in a chair too. Your knees parted, your feet on the floor. Yeah, good. Come all the way out. Nice. Heels come together, knees bend. All right, this one is a little bit harder. I'm going to take out that extra pillow I had underneath my bum, and then just start practice knees bent, sitting tall. Notice as I sit with my knees bent, feet on the floor, how much my back wants to round and how much I could encourage it to sit tall. Shoulders drop down my back. Chin stays really neutral. So just if this feels already like a lot of stretch, you might choose to stay right here. Just coming back and forth to a long, tall spine and then relaxing from it. Coming back to it. If the long, tall spine feels easy enough, your hands can come behind the back leg. You can lean back. Perhaps it's one heel at a time that lifts here. Breathe in and out. Okay. If it feels okay, one heel at a time, and you want to go further, remember you can stop at any stage. You can lift here. Notice how much work your arms are doing to hold your legs in space. Can you shift that work to the legs? Lifting through the chest, maybe letting go. I don't know. Maybe we're just getting crazy now. You guys decide. Where you go. Nice. Bring those feet down to the floor, and then you sort of just bring your soles as much as you can. The soles sort of come together. They wrap towards each other. For some of you, it's just a little bit, lifting the big toes off the floor. For some of you, can touch even the pads of the pinky toes together. And then play here. It's like you're going to butterfly those legs, lifting and releasing. Now, how tall is your spine here? Yeah. Okay, so let these knees open as far as they want to open. Here. So good. You guys all back? It said my internet connection was unstable. So when I see that come on the screen, I just sit still for a second. Nice. Okay, we're going all the way down to the floor now. So your choice, if you keep coming with us to a lying on your back position, or if you go back up to your chair. I'm going to lie on my back, bringing my feet kind of towards that chair because I'm going to use it at the end of class, and then letting myself recline. Good. Nice. We're going to start with crossing our right ankle over the left thigh. Remember how that was hard when we were sitting down? I want you to do the same thing, just open the knee and close the knee. So bring it towards the belly button and then push it away from you. Make sure your breath is really long and slow. Nice. Okay, hard work here. Release the knee to wherever it's comfortable and then reach that foot up to the sky. If it's possible, the toes pull down towards you. The knee is only as bent or as straight as your body will let you have the knee. Good. Now rotate that leg. It's like you're rotating it externally, internally, turning it in the hip socket. And then release, set that leg down. We do the same on the left side. We're just going to cross the left heel over the right thigh and spend some time pushing that left thigh open and drawing the left knee back towards the belly button. As you do this, let it be as smooth as possible. Allow the shoulders and the back to stay relaxed. Do not do anything that's painful. Coming back, just let that left foot reach up to the sky. Push through the heel and maybe drop the toes or pull the toes towards your body. Feel that stretch. The knee can be as bent as it needs to be. The foot can be as far forward as it needs to be. Turn the leg in the hips, in the hip socket. Nice. And then relax it down. Bring your fingers to the hip bones on the front side of your body. I want you to slowly let the right knee drop open. Draw that knee back to point to the ceiling. Do the same with the left knee. Now my challenge to you is this. The bones underneath your fingertips don't move. So make the movement small enough that you rotate the leg open, but you don't adjust the pelvis at all. Super interesting how different it can be from right to left leg. If those hip bones feel like they have to come with you, you perhaps might even find that you're having some SI issues. The more we can get independent movement out of these leg bones and hip sockets, the more we can help improve any SI pain that we might be having. So you're alternating between right knee drop and left knee drops. Come back to center. Good. Soles of your feet connect to the ground. Knees look up to the ceiling. Reach your hands to the sky, then take your palms and hold the opposite elbow. This is a twist. So you're going to breathe in and exhale, elbows fall right, knees fall left. Inhale up to center. Exhale, elbows fall left, knees fall right. Inhale up to center. Go the other way. Yeah. Go the other way. Nice work. Use your breath to just guide you into that twist. Use the inhale to pull you up. Nice long exhales. You also try and move with smoothness. So the same way we were imagining the twist, the same way we were imagining heavy doors. In this one, it's almost like you imagine yourself moving through mud or moving through water that's really dense. So nothing is a fast, abrupt movement. Everything is smooth. Yeah. Bring yourself back to center and let the arms fall beside you. Just take your low back and do circles with the low back. I kind of imagine a clock on the floor, and imagine I want the outside edge of my low back hips to touch the numbers of the clock. So as you go clockwise, just picture the tailbone touching down at 6, rolling over to one hip at 9, top at 12, the opposite hip at 3. Yeah. Now take that rotation and reverse it. Do that nice low back roll on the opposite direction. Nice work, and settle the hips. Hands reach up towards the sky. Exhale, settle the arms down into the shoulder sockets. Feel the shoulder blades almost touch the floor. And then this movement, it feels like you're lifting your shoulder blades off the floor and then you're sinking them back down again. From the outside, it looks like you're lifting your fingers to the ceiling. But I want you to keep the connection, arm bone tight into the shoulder socket. The arm bone is not pulling out of the shoulder socket, but the shoulder blades are pushing your shoulders up towards the sky. That's the movement. Yeah, let that happen one more time and then relax the arms. Knees go together. And you can just rock them right and left. Letting them come back up to center. One knee at a time comes in towards your chest. Your fingers can grab the kneecap and do circles here. Like you're doing frog kicks or butterfly kicks, butterfly stroke kicks, breaststroke kicks if you're a swimmer. Whichever direction you're doing those circles, change it. So good. And then soften down to the ground. Soles of the feet connect in. Now, next movement's up to you. If you know that pressing your feet into the ground and lifting your hips is hard on your back, then I want you to just practice pressing feet into the ground and invigorating the muscles all the way up to your butt cheeks. But as soon as you feel like you clench your low back, then you're going to stop. So that you won't even really move, but you'll be practicing that lift. For the rest of you, if low back feels okay, you press into the soles of the feet, activate the muscles of the legs, and allow the hips to rise. If your fingers are on the hip crease on the front of the hips, every time you go back down, make a nice deep bend in that hip crease so that you're practicing moving from the bottom of the hips rather than the low back, rather than the spine. Nice work. Last one. Just take a moment to align your spine on the floor in the longest, straightest line it's been in all class. If that chair is available to you, you can bring your calves up onto it. And your hands can rest on your belly. Take nice deep breaths. Feel the flow of energy in your body. Notice the pulsation. The fullness of your body at the top of your inhalation. The expansion that that inhalation creates. And at the other end of the spectrum, notice the emptiness as you breathe all the air out of your body, as your exhale finishes. Let go. Just feel the pulsation. In yoga, we call it spanda. The contraction and the expansion in your body. And as you breathe in, feel the fullness of that expansion. How full can you fill? And as you empty, notice the empty. How much can you empty? So don't let yourself fall asleep, but stay really curious about that feeling. Stay really connected to the feeling of expanding and releasing. Good. That was a nice long bout of silence. Just notice right now if you want to just stay and transition into a bit of a meditation, or if you're ready to rise up. Remember, the movement is slow. So whatever movements you introduce into your body, you do it really slowly. You do it with breath. Sometimes it's stretching. Sometimes it's rolling on your back. Sometimes it's rocking side to side. Choose what you need. Allowing yourself to roll up, coming back to center, seated in your chair or on the floor. Thank you for sharing this hour with me, everyone. Thanks for always coming back. Namaste.